Hello. Welcome. If you're watching the replay, please bear with me. But I wanted to come on and I wanted to tell everyone this dream that I had last night on the lunar eclipse. Okay. So last night we had a lunar eclipse at 3:13 a.m. and I had a very interesting dream. A very vivid, interesting dream. And I was asked to share it with you this morning. Now, this dream was with Yeshua the Christ, but understand that I do not identify as Christian. Half my family was Catholic, so I was forced to go to catechisms when I was growing up. And a lot of the loa in my practice are, in the 21 divisions, are synchronized with Catholic saints. But understand that I myself do not identify as Catholic. I'm really full Catholic or Christian. But I had a dream last night on the lunar eclipse with Yeshua the Christ. And I need to share this dream with you guys because I was in shock. So in the beginning of the dream, I was inside the Vatican Cathedral, okay? I was inside the Vatican Cathedral and there was a huge ring of roses. I guess they were setting up for Easter or something. It was a huge ring of roses. So I love to make floral arrangements for the spirits. So I start picking the roses and I start making an arrangement. I see a whole bunch of men that are in clothing like this, old time clothing like this. I see a whole bunch of men there. And at first I don't see Yeshua. I see a whole bunch of men, which I was like, okay, this is interesting. But I knew that I was with them. Okay. I was with them. I knew that we were there together in the dream. But I was inside the Vatican Cathedral. And I was picking the roses, making this arrangement. Something was make an arrangement. And I'm picking the roses. I picked a white rose. I picked a pink rose. I picked a red rose. And then I'm looking for yellow roses. I was I need a yellow rose for Mama Ana. Where are the yellow roses? Where are the yellow roses? I'm looking at the roses. I'm I can't. I'm circling around the roses. And I'm why? Where are the yellow roses? How come they have no yellow roses here for Mama Ana? So I'm looking for a yellow rose. And then finally, one of the guys who was with me was Mary, the rose is up there. At this moment, I realized that I'm watching this dream from the eyes of Mary Magdalene. I said, I am seeing this dream from her perspective because he called me Mary Magdalene. The guy who was talking to me called me Mary Magdalene. And I was oh, so I'm watching this dream from the perspective of Mary Magdalene. But we were in the present time cathedral of the Vatican. Okay, so it was excuse me, my alarm disturbed the video. We were in the setting was the present time cathedral in the Vatican. But the men I was with were the disciples. And I was watching the dream through the eyes of, apparently, Mary Magdalene. I was watching it through her eyes. And she was the one that was making this floral arrangement. Then from the side walks around Yeshua. And I show him the floral arrangement and I look and I say to him, look, Yeshua, what do you think of this floral arrangement? And he goes, oh, they look beautiful. I think they need more roses. I think it needs more roses. We apparently were waiting for somebody to come and tell us that we could talk to the Pope. So I'm okay, what the hell are we doing here? In my head, I'm thinking in my head, where am I? What the heck are we doing here? And apparently I'm watching this through Mary Magdalene's eyes. So I'm let me ask questions. I was teacher, what are we doing here? Which is what I guess they used to call Yeshua. And he looks at me, he goes, "Did you forget? We're here to talk to the Pope." And I was like, "Oh, right." So I continue making this floral arrangement. Then this guard comes, but this guard that comes to talk to us is in Roman clothing. And this guard looks like the apostle that used to persecute early Christians. He first used to persecute, I think his name was Saul, and then he became St. Paul. And according to the Christian stories, he first was like this German soldier that used to persecute, not German, I'm sorry. Why did I say Roman? I meant Roman. Roman soldier that used to persecute the early Christians. And then Joshua came to him after death and made him blind and made him see and all this other stuff. So that's like the Christian story of Saint, I think his name is St. Paul now, but it was originally Saul or something like that. Anyway, so that it was him that came to talk to Joshua, and he looked angry. He looked really, really angry. And he goes to Joshua, the Pope is not going to see you. He doesn't care what you have to say. And Joshua very calmly smiles at him and goes, "The Pope will see me if he wishes for this church to stand. The Pope will see me. And if he doesn't see me and doesn't agree to tell the truth about who I am and what I stand for, every single church will fall to the ground. So you can tell him that I said that." And at this point, this soldier looks extremely angry and frustrated. And then I got a vision of all these people, and Yeshua put his hand to the ground in the cathedral, and the cathedral started to shake like an earthquake. Okay? The cathedral started to shake like an earthquake. So Joshua, like smiling, because Joshua was like a rebel. Like, I'm like, Joshua was a rebel. Like, I've had like one or two dreams with him before, but I've never seen his power this way, like before. Like, he like was smiling with a smile on his face. He was like, "Oh, really? You want to bet?" And he was like, he kneels down to the ground, and he puts his hand down on the ground, and the entire cathedral starts to shake, and we're all standing around him just smiling because we know that he's not playing around. And then I saw a vision of all, like that cathedral randomly just fell down a few months ago, just like randomly fell down. Joshua was like, for those of you who don't know who Yeshua is, he's known as Jesus Christ. But Yeshua was like, "Oh, you want to bet? Like, he's going to see me, or every single building they've ever built is going to crumble to the ground. And I'm only going to have to use one hand to do it." Ooh, and I was looking at him and I was like, dang. I was like, ooh, I'm proud of you right now. Like, what is going on? I just saw a vision like of every cathedral in the entire world crumbling to the ground at the same time. Like, Joshua was like, "I'm making you this promise right now that if the Pope does not tell every Catholic, every Christian person in the world the truth about everything and how you have lied about everything, I will crumble every single cathedral to the ground. And I will tell the people the truth myself." And that's when I woke up. And I woke up at 3:33 a.m. right after the lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse happened this morning at 3:13 a.m. So it's coming, y'all. The truth is coming. And a lot of the truth is going to be about the fact that they lied a lot about people having to follow Christ in order to get to heaven. A lot of the truth is going to be about the fact that everybody has magical abilities and that they have been suppressing it. A lot of the truth is going to be about those kinds of things and all of the horrible things and all of the demonic worship that's been happening in the Catholic Church. So Revelations is coming. I'm not sure when, but I got the feeling like Yeshua was like, it's happening, like you have till tomorrow to talk to me, or this whole shit is falling to the ground. So that was my lunar eclipse dream. But it felt more like a vision. And then at the end of the dream, actually right before the dream ended, I handed the bunch of roses to the Roman guard. And I was like, here, give the Pope this as a gift from us. And that's when my dream ended. And he was like, he looked really angry when I handed him the roses. So, y'all, I don't know, Mary Magdalene and Joshua are up to something. The apostles are up to something with the Catholic Church. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I just wanted to come on and share this dream with you because I was in shock. I did not go to bed thinking about Joshua. I did not spend any time thinking about. I mean, I thought about him for a moment yesterday because I believe yesterday was Palm Sunday. But like I said, I don't celebrate a lot of the Catholic stuff anymore, even though I went to catechisms growing up. But I got that dream last night, and it was a vision. It was very vivid. And they're going to fool around and find out. They already are. So apparently that cathedral that just randomly fell, that everybody is saying, oh, it was just like a structural issue, blah, blah, blah. No, that cathedral was torn down by Joshua. And that was just a warning from him. Like, I will tear down every single cathedral, every single Catholic church. If he was very adamant, like, I will tear everything down if you do not tell the truth. I'm just in shock, especially when he put his hand down on the ground in the cathedral and it started to shake like an earthquake. So something's coming, y'all. I don't know when, but I don't get dreams like that unless they are really happening in the spiritual realm. Like, I only dream when there is something happening in the astral world, in the spiritual world, that vividly. I only dream when I'm actually astral traveling. Okay? Rise of the divine feminine, rise of the truth, rise of the and then I heard actually in the beginning of the dream, I heard somebody say, everybody's going to hell in somebody else's religion. Right? And I was just like, how is that right? How is it? How is everybody going to go to hell just because they don't believe in somebody else's religion? That doesn't make any sense. And then I started making like the floral arrangement when I heard that. And I was like, and somebody was like, no, it doesn't make any sense. It was like, one of the apostles said that as like an ironic thing to say, like, it makes no sense. Like, why are you trying to tell people they're going to go to hell when if they are not really supposed to be part of this religion or something? So anyway. All right, everyone. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you just got here, I'm going to try to post this. Hopefully Instagram doesn't take it down and you can watch the replay. Like I said before, I don't identify as a Christian, but I do from time to time have visions of Yeshua the Christ. But something is happening. Something is happening. I don't know what, except what I heard and what I saw in the dream. And it happened on the lunar eclipse. So we'll see. We have a solar eclipse coming on April 8th. which is supposed to be, I believe, a full solar eclipse. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen then. We'll see. We will see. All right. Many blessings to you all. I hope you have a wonderful day.